नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवी सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीम् उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी। Rudraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. So we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, ninth chapter, titled as Answers by Citing the Lord's Version, text number 46. You can repeat after me. Yada utāhaṁ tvayā pṛṣṭo vairājāt puruṣādim yathāsīt tada upākhyāste praśnān anyāṁś cha kṛtsnaśaḥ. पूरा श्लोक है। यद उदाहम त्वया पृष्ठो vairājāt puruṣād idam yathāsīt tad upākhyāste praśnān kṛtsnaśaḥ. Translation. O King, your questions as to how the universe became manifest from the gigantic form of the personality of Godhead, as well as other questions, I shall answer in detail by explanation of the 4 verses already mentioned. So Shukadeva Goswami is saying it to Parikshit Maharaj. In the previous verses, we saw communication between Brahmaji and Narad Muni, and then the same message was transmitted by Shukadeva Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj. Narad Muni is one of the sons of Brahma, and among all the sons, Narad Muni is the most favorite son of Brahmaji. The reason being that Narad Muni is always eager to serve Brahmaji. Narad Muni is very obedient and is very humble, and at the same time he follows rules and regulations, and he has a sense control. So because of these qualities of Narad Muni, Brahmaji, among all his sons, Narad Muni was very favorite of Brahmaji. So when Brahmaji got darshan of Lord Vishnu and he got instruction from Lord Vishnu, Narad Muni wanted to know what was the communication, what was the conversation between Brahmaji and Lord Vishnu. So when Narad Muni asked the question, Brahmaji answered all those questions and also explained the 4 Chaturshloki Bhagavatam to Narad Muni. And Narad Muni then further explained the same Chaturshloki Bhagavatam to Vyasdevji and Vyasdevji elaborated that Chaturshloki Bhagavatam into 18,000 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. And then further message was conveyed by Vedvyasji to Shukadeva Goswami. And then Shukadeva Goswami conveyed message of Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj and all the sages. Prominent among them was Sutta Goswami. And the Sutta Goswami further conveyed the message to 10,000 sages assembled in Naimisharanya. Prominent among them was Shaunak Rishi. And like that, Parampara system continued. So again here, Shukadeva Goswami is addressing to Parikshit Maharaj and saying, Parikshit Maharaj, you have asked this question as how the universe become manifest from the gigantic form of personality of Godhead. So how the universe was created, that was one of the questions of Parikshit Maharaj. So here Shukadeva Goswami is saying that I will explain you I will answer your question in detail by explanation of the 4 verses, Chatushloki Bhagavatam, as mentioned by Lord Vishnu. So purport by Srila Prabhupada. As stated in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, this great transcendental literature is the ripened fruit of the tree of Vedic knowledge. And therefore, all the questions that can be humanly possible regarding the universal affair, beginning from its creation, are well answered in Srimad Bhagavatam. So here the beginning of the paragraph, Prabhupada says that the Srimad Bhagavatam is the mature or ripened fruit of tree of Vedic knowledge. So Vedic knowledge has 4 Vedas, then 108 Upanishads, then 18 Puranas, then Mahabharata. Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata. So after writing all this Vedic literature, when Vedvyaji was not satisfied, Narad Muni asked him that you have glorified everything, but you have not glorified Lord Krishna and his pastimes. So you please write Srimad Bhagavatam. And that is why Srimad Bhagavatam is the mature or ripened fruit. Ripened fruit means that it is said in Srimad Bhagavatam in first canto, Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam. So, kalpataru. Kalpataru is desire tree. There is a desire tree, kalpataru, in Devaloka, where whatever you want, if you say, send me this, it will come down. From the tree will give you everything. So that kalpataru is the Vedic literature. All the answers are there in the Vedic literature. And then that Vedic literature, the mature, ripened fruit is the Bhagavatam. So among all the entire tree, if you take the most delicious apple or mango, that is the Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes, yes, yes. So all the questions, whatever the questions you have, all the questions are answered in Srimad Bhagavatam. Right from universal creation of the universe up to all the day-to-day affairs, everything is explained here in Srimad Bhagavatam. The answers depend only on the qualification of the person who explains them. So this is very important. So the question is asked by our audience and the answer is given by the person on the Vyasapitha or Vyasasana. But the answers given by the person depends upon the qualification. The 10 divisions of Srimad Bhagavatam, as explained by great speaker Srila Shukadeva Goswami, are the limitation of all the questions. And the intelligent persons will derive all intellectual benefits from them by proper utilization. So Srimad Bhagavatam has 10 subject matters like Sarga, Visarga. Sarga is primary creation, Visarga is secondary creation. So those 10, these are the 2 prominent subject matters talked about in the first and second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. And then there are further subject matters which are being greatly explained by Shukadeva Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj. So in this way, the Bhakti Vedanta purports of second canto, 9th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Answers by Lord's Version, is over. So here we heard the communication between Brahmaji and Lord Vishnu, and the conversation between Brahmaji and Narad Muni, and also conversation between Parikshit Maharaj and Shukadeva Goswami. So three conversations we heard at the same time, and all these conversations about the glories of Lord in creation and how it is maintained and what is the purpose of this creation. All these questions are being answered by all these personalities. So first the same question was put forth by Brahmaji, then the same question was put forth by Narad Muni, and then the same question was put forth by Parikshit Maharaj. So all the same questions, the answer first was given by Bhagavan Vishnu, then the second answer of Narad Muni was given by Brahmaji, and then the answer to the same question is given by Shukadeva Goswami. But they are all citing the Lord's version. They are all referring that, okay, I am not telling this because this is the answer. This is the answer was given by Brahmaji to Narad Muni or by Lord Vishnu to Brahmaji. In this way, we can see that Guru Shishya Parampara is continuing. So, thus we end this shloka here today, and then tomorrow we will start with 10th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari.